So Kevin Harvick won the Foxwood Results 301 at New Hampshire just about an hour ago. My favorite driver won the race. So let's go over your top 10. So we got Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Eric Almirola, Montreux Jr., Chase Elliott, Ryan Newman, Ryan Blaney, Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, and Jimmy Johnson. So in the race, stage 1 went to Montreux Jr. At the beginning of stage 1, we saw Kurt Busch. He led the first 30 laps, I believe. And then Montreux Jr. was able to pass him and go on to win the stage. Stage number two was won by Chase Elliott. He was able to pass Kurt Busch because Kurt Busch got back up front in stage 2. He was able to pass Kurt Busch with about 25 laps to go at the end of stage 2. And he was able to hold off Kurt Busch and obviously won the stage. Stage 3 went to obviously Kevin Harvick. He gave Kyle Busch the bump and run in the corner with less than 10 laps to go. It's racing and it's not, trying to wreck someone. It's the classic bump and run. So he won the race. That was his 6th win of the season. He now has, I believe, the most playoff points heading into the playoffs. I believe at 32, and also he now has the number 1 seed also heading to the playoffs because obviously he has the most playoff points, as I said before. So I believe Kevin Harvick has 32, Kyle Busch has 27. So yeah, and he also won. I believe he got 10 playoff points for winning that win the race. Yeah, usually you get 10 playoff points when you win a race. And also another fact is that this is Harvick's 43rd career Cup Series win. It's kind of iconic because obviously Richard Petty 43, so that's pretty cool to see. So the racing in general was good. We saw a lot of battles. Well, some battles for the lead. I wouldn't say a lot, but we saw some battles for the lead. And the racing was obviously better than last weekend. So, yeah. Some surprises at the race. We also obviously saw Chase Elliott winning stage 2. Did not expect that. He won stage 2. He actually passed Montreux Jr. Not Kurt Busch. I said Montreux Jr. before, but it was Kurt Busch. I believe that Kurt Busch got hung up on lap cars, and basically they went actually almost 4 wide in the straightaway, and Chase Elliott, was able to, Kurt Busch and Chase Elliott split the lap cars, 2 lap cars. I believe it was Bubba Wallace and Cody Ware, and they split the lap cars, and Chase Elliott was able to pass Montreux Jr. at the exit of the corner. So that was pretty interesting. So, I wanted to also see if Chase Elliott could obviously win the race. And obviously have a strong car at stage number 3, but that didn't happen. He kind of fell off, but I think he got obviously a solid top 5, which he needed because he's 15 in the playoffs. So he needed a solid day to kind of continue to have a cushion, continue to gain more points so he could race his way into the playoffs. I'll maintain the 15th place position so he could guarantee a spot in the playoffs. Jimmy Johnson finishes 10th. We saw with Jimmy Johnson in stage 1, I believe it was after the competition caution. Chad Canales and Jimmy Johnson, they made a call to stay out along with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And obviously in that restart, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was able to hold off Jimmy Johnson. But he was able to maintain, I think, a top 10 position. I believe, I'm not too sure. I can't remember if the caution came out, but I think obviously he finished 10th. So that was a solid day for Jimmy Johnson. Obviously struggles in the past, but maybe they could put that behind him and get a momentum booster as we head into the playoffs. And the interesting thing about Jimmy Johnson, he's 14 in the playoffs. So I think he still needs that race win to guarantee himself into the playoffs. Because if he has a couple bad races, he could find himself in a cut line or below the cut line. So that could be pretty interesting. Also, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., talking about him before. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Basically, he blew a tire. I think he blew a tire, hit the wall. I believe it was in stage 2. He was the driver that coming into New Hampshire. He was racing above the cut line, trying to keep his position. And obviously, I'm not too sure if he is below the cut line now. After I believe so. But if he's below the cut line, then Alex Bowman moves up one position in 16th. So, yeah, so the race to the playoffs obviously gets more heated as you go into the 14th, 15th, 16th, and even 17th position guys trying to race the win. Kyle Larson, surprising, 12th place finish outside the top 10. It's not a surprise. Kind of a disappointing surprise because I expected Kyle Larson to perform a lot more better, but just didn't have the car. Wasn't able to have the car, wasn't able to keep up with the adjustments, and obviously finishing in the 12th position. We also saw Eric Almirola finishing 3rd. He basically was leading stage number 3 until the caution came out with Clint Boyer, I believe, hitting the wall. So he obviously led up to there. And then, I think he lost positions on the restart. I believe it was 3rd or 4th. And he just wasn't able to get back up in the front. Because obviously, that last restart, you have the top 3. You had Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick on the front row. So he just wasn't able to get it going. Yeah. So Kevin Harvick won. Harvick, I think, did spot his tires on the restart. I was surprised, honestly, that Harvick was able to win the race, but he had a faster car, and he did the bump and run, and he was able to win the race. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it for the race review. I'll be doing another video talking about expectations for the Pocono race next weekend. Second time I had the Pocono next weekend. Also, the Xfinity Series race was okay. I think the Cup race was a lot more better. But in terms of racing, I think the Xfinity race was good too. So, yeah, and obviously we got the Xfinity Series 9 and the Pocono next week in the Mid-Ohio. So that's going to be, obviously, I believe it's Mid-Ohio, Iowa, I think it's Iowa. So that's going to be hopefully a good race with no Cup drivers in the field. So that's pretty much the race review. Hope you guys stay tuned for the future videos. I just have to get something clarified with my channel, and then I'll be posting much more interesting content rather than me just talking. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.